I just saw your post about pulling out of Ironman Lake Placid. I'm so sorry to hear that. How are you holding up? Thanks for asking. It's been, honestly, pretty tough. You know how much I've been training for this? But my body just started sending some serious warning signals I couldn't ignore. What kind of warning signals? I noticed you've been pushing really hard lately. Yeah, that's actually part of the problem. I got caught up in this mindset of no limits training, Like Lionel Sanders. I was so inspired by his approach, but I think I took it too far. I can relate to that. It's easy to get caught up in the hardcore training mentality, especially in triathlon. Exactly. But here's what I've learned the hard way. There's a huge difference between pushing your limits productively and just pushing yourself into injury. I started noticing some persistent pain that wouldn't go away, and then discovered something called Red S. Red S? I'm not familiar with that term. It stands for Relative Energy Deficiency in Sport. Basically, I wasn't fueling enough for how hard I was training. My body was sending me all these signals: fatigue, recurring injuries, mood changes. But I was so focused on being tough that I ignored them. That's actually really important to talk about. I feel like we don't discuss the downsides of extreme training enough in the tri community. You're right. And you know what's interesting? This setback has actually taught me more about being an athlete than any race could have. It's forcing me to really listen to my body and understand the difference between productive training and destructive pushing. So, what's your plan moving forward? First, proper recovery. Then, I'm rebuilding my training approach with more balance. I'm working with a sports nutritionist to make sure I'm actually fueling properly for my training load. It's humbling, but I think I'll come back stronger, not just physically, but mentally too. Sounds like this setback might be a setup for something better. That's exactly how I'm trying to view it. Sometimes the biggest growth comes from knowing when to step back, even if that means disappointing yourself in the short term. Lake Placid will always be there, but I only get one body,